Hey everybody, Jim LeDuc here. I haven't been here in a while because, well, last week my wife and I went on a cruise to Mexico, and we even stopped off at Puerto Vallarta, and we were not taken prisoner by the Sinaloa cartel, so that's good. Actually, we just went four-wheeling and went to this little place where there's a little waterfall and a little pool below it, and it was pretty deep, and I jumped into it once. It was pretty cold, got out, and had some shrimp tacos. It was really good, really good. And we went to Cabo. I did some fishing. I caught a couple of tuna. So did my buddy. And then we went to Mazatlan, where we did a tour around the city. Beautiful city. And then, of course, we had the cruise ship, and we had the food, and we had the chocolate bananas. If you go on Princess Cruise, they give you this drink. I'm sure you can get alcohol in it. I didn't, but it's called the chocolate banana, and it's chocolate, and it's a chocolate smoothie, chocolate banana smoothie. Oh, so good. Since we got the drink deal, I had about 10 a day. Yeah, it was great. So anyway, before that, then I had a toe surgery, and then I had a tooth pulled, and it was a rotten tooth, and it was bad, and it took me a little while to convalesce. So I'm back finally. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but today's going to be a good one because the other surgery, the other reason why I was out for a week is I had a toe surgery on what is called a hammertoe. Now, some of you may or may not know what a hammertoe is. I certainly have, because I've had two procedures now on hammertoes. So I'm going to show you some pictures, and since I'm not going to insert them because I'm an old guy, I took the pictures, printed them, and I'm going to show you on screen because it's easiest for me to do. Because I'm an old guy, I'm not going to insert them because it's going to take me 5 days to do it. By the time I do it, I'll have to redo the whole video, and it'll be a mess. So we're going to go live with pictures, okay? So here is my actual foot. And as you can see, the toes are curled under. And this is the toe in question right here. The pointer toe, I guess. In my case, it's literal, okay? So I had curled up toes. Now, one of the reasons I had that is because I have, my left foot is a size 15 and my right foot's a size 14. So I get size 15 shoes, but my feet are wide, and anyway, they tend to curl up in the shoes, okay? So then, this is my week-long, I just had this boot for 1 week, that's it, and it was off. It was an outpatient procedure that took about a half hour, okay? Now, here's my toe afterward. Look at that baby. It is straight as straight can be. In fact, it kind of looks like I'm flipping you off, and maybe I am, and maybe I'm not, but you'll never know. But you might after my little video here. So that second toe right here, that thing is really, really straight. And I got some funny things to share with you about that in just a minute. Now, some of you might have a toe that curls under a little bit. So I'm going to show you some things that I tried before I had the procedure. I tried this little thing. This hole goes on your toe right here. And then this goes underneath your toe, and it kind of is there to put a gap in your bent part of your toe, like right in here, to straighten it out a little bit. Didn't work. Then I got my brass knuckles for my toes, except they weren't brass, they were silicone, and they looked like that. They're supposed to space the toes out. Didn't work so well. Didn't wear them for long. Didn't work. Then I got these silicone sleeves. I got some that looked like this. I got some that had little holes in them so your toes could breathe. I had some that didn't have a tip to them. They just were open-ended. They didn't have the tip on them. They all didn't work because my toe was too far gone. Now, when I went to see my doctor, he said, "So Jim, here's a way I can tell whether or not I have to do one of two procedures. One is simple, one is not. The one that's not is that if it's really bad, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut here's your toe. I'm going to cut right here, and I'm going to take this knuckle out right here. Then I'm going to put a long pin in here, and you're going to have to wear like a boot for 3 months. I didn't want to do that. He said the other one is, it's really simple. What we do is we put a little needle down here, and we sever this tendon right here, so your toe will naturally go like that. And as you can see, my toe did just that. Boy, did it straighten out. And if I go like this, then you know that I don't like you very much. I'm subtly flipping you off, but I'm not because you guys are all my buddies. the doctor said there's one test I can do to see if I can get away with just the severed tendon, and 1 week with the little boot on. He said, if I can do this to your foot, if I can put pressure right here with these fingers and your toes will kind of like flare out like that, then I can do it. But if they don't, I've got to go in there and do the long procedure. So if you look at another picture of the toe, so here's a hammer toe up here, right? And that's what the bone structure looks like down here. Now, apparently this is hammer toe and this is mallet toe. I really had mallet toe because I was getting calluses under my foot and sores and stuff all the time right on the tip of my foot. I had to grind down the calluses about once a week, right here. But this, I had a hammer toe, or maybe I had a mallet toe. But anyway, the doctor did this procedure right here, and it worked. And so I got away with the procedure. So here's what they do in the procedure. Well, actually, here's the toe like this. They go in right here and they poke a little hole. Doesn't even need a stitch. And they sever the little tendon right here that's connecting right here. And when that tendon is severed, then it just recedes back into the bone joint, and your toe relaxes and stretches out. And that's what I did. So I've been thinking lately about some of the advantages and disadvantages I've had of before when I had the hammer toe, and then after when my toe was straight. And then I'll tell you a funny story about it. So without my hammer toe, I could use my toe as a back scratcher. Not mine, but my wife's. I'm sure she'd love that. Or I could pop open a soda can, because that thing was just curled and just popped right up. I could pet my daughter's dog while eating corn on the cob. So I'm eating corn on the cob and I could scratch my daughter's dog. I know that sounds weird, but that's my brain. My brain's weird. I can't scratch my own ear, but I could scratch my wife's ear if she was up for it. This is hypothetically speaking, by the way. I could pick up a golf club. I don't know why I would. I suck at golf. Here's the deal with golf, though. You go golfing and you get one shot like every 9 holes, and it's a beautiful shot. And it's the great deceiver, because now you think, I can golf. I can golf. But 20 balls later, at the end of 9 holes, and you have a score of that you need to use a calculator to keep track of, you realize you suck at golf. You're not going enough, and you might as well give it up. But I could pick up a golf ball to put it in my hand, to throw it or swing it and wrap it around a tree. Let's see what else I could do. I could select the letter and row number for a candy bar in a vending machine. I could do that. I could remove a piece of unwanted pineapple from my wife's Hawaiian pizza. See, I don't like pineapple that much, but I love the Canadian bacon. I don't want to get into the pineapple thing right now, but I'll just tell you that summer before my junior and senior year, I got suckered into working in the pineapple fields in Hawaii for a summer. And, you know, when they recruited us, there were these beautiful Hawaiian dancers, and there was this big feast, luau feast, and this roasted pig, and all this food, and all these beautiful women gyrating their hips. Then I get over there, and there's no beautiful women. We worked in the fields every day, manual labor. But one thing it did teach me, it taught me to get a full-time job that was not labor related, and to go to college to get a trade in a school, in a job that would not require manual labor. So now I have my toe straightened. It's been straightened for about 3 weeks now, 2 weeks maybe. And I want to tell you some of the things I can do with my straight toe. So I can flip someone off from the passenger side while simultaneously flipping someone off through my wife's window while she's driving. So I could kind of stick my toe out this window over here, flip somebody off, and then I could reach over here and flip someone off, or vice versa. While sitting on the couch, I could change the channel on the remote control while it's sitting on the stool, on the ottoman. While I'm sitting back in the couch, I could do that. I could press the little thing with my little toe. Now it's straight. I could catch my toe on the hairdryer cord and whiplash myself with the hairdryer. I'll talk about that in a minute. And that really happened this morning, and I had to just look at myself, shake my head, and just laugh. It was just funny. I can turn a light switch on the wall, on and off. I can test the temperature of my soup so I won't burn my mouth if it's too hot. And I can press the scan button on my printer with both my hands on the keyboard. How about that? Let's see, what else can I do? I could tickle my wife's leg in bed and deny it because I'm facing the other way and I'm pretending to be asleep and I'm laying on my side that's facing away from my wife. So I couldn't reach and tickle her leg. I could with my straight toe. Let's see, what else could I do? I would only do that once and then I'd be sleeping on the couch for a couple of days. It's not worth it. I could point out a flock of birds flying in the distance up ahead while both my hands are on my cell phone. If we're driving, I could go, oh look, there's a flock of birds. I've done that before. It could come in handy. Or point at something else while you're driving by. Let's see, I could, while my granddaughter is screaming while she's playing, which happens a lot, she screams quite a bit, and it's a piercing scream. I could point my toe at her with a very stern look on my face, tell her to stop screaming, and I bet that would work. So there's advantages and disadvantages. Advantages of having what I called Captain Hook. When I had my toe like that, I called him Captain Hook, and he would catch on things all the time, all the time. Now that it's straight, I just call it Captain Poker. And Captain Poker is straight, yes, but this morning as I was moving toward my dresser, my wife dries her hair on my side of the bed because there's a plug right there. So anyway, she'd already gone, the hairdryer was down, and I didn't notice the cable that was out in the walkway there by my bed. So I walked by, and my straight toe caught that thing, and when I lifted up my toe to walk, the cord whiplashed and the dang hairdryer hit me on the back of the leg. And it hurt, but all I could do was just laugh. Just laugh. So, folks, we're getting older, we're aging, we're going to age with a sense of humor, with grace, with perspective. We're alive, we're breathing, we have our health, so to speak. And we're going to take life as it comes. And we're going to look at the positive side of life and look at aging through humor, because that's what I do. And my next one is going to be really good, because this next one I'm going to do the first of the week, and it's going to be about urinating at night. Urinating at night. And it's in 3 parts, and you're going to love it. So take care. Watch out for Hammertoe. You know what to look for. And if any of you think of other ways to use your hook, Captain Hook, or Captain Poker, let me know in the remarks and I'll share them next time. All right, you take care, guys.